One of the biggest things that I constantly see people struggling with is finding a team. All the time I see comments talking about how people aren't able to find a squad to grind with, and that's something that holds them back. Well, hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8 Second Gaming, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down one of the best solo carry legends for each role, and one that's just too broken not to mention, so that finding a team doesn't really matter for you and you can start to carry no matter what. And if you like the sound of one of these legends and you're looking to learn all you can about them, there's no better place than the GameLeap website. Over there we have top level coaches creating highly in-depth guides constantly. We have legend guides, gun guides, VOD reviews, and so much more. And these are the type of guides you will not find anywhere else. So if you're looking to learn everything you can about Apex, click the link in the description, get yourself a membership, or I'll use your email to sign up for all of the spam notifications. But now let's dive back into the legends and kick things off with the queen of solo queue legends. This is Wraith. Wraith is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to solo queue because her entire kit is designed around keeping you alive. Her passive warns you when people are looking at you, so you can dip out and get behind cover. This is always helpful during sketchy rotations and making sure you randomly know when people are around you. Her tactical is a get out of jail free card. You become untargetable and can easily get out of situations you don't want to be in. And her ultimate is an amazing mobility tool, allowing you and your entire team to get from point A to point B safely, and even having the added option of taking it back in case things don't go the way you wanted them to. Wraith has always been the go-to legend for solo queue since the game came out because of her consistency in that role. She is the entry fragger for the team, so make sure if you're playing Wraith you want to be the first one into fights and set things up for your team. Wraith is also amazing when it comes down to final circles because if you need to portal dance to extend the time that you're alive for, she's the only one that can do that. You can win games just because you had a Wraith on your team. So if you're looking to be highly aggressive on fights while solo queuing, maybe Wraith is the right pick for you. But what if you want to set fights up just a little bit more, not really dive headfirst into them and get a little bit more information out? Well, for that you're gonna want to try out Bloodhound. Even after their nerfs, Bloodhound is still a fantastic choice as a main for solo queuers. Hound's passive allows players to track enemy teams and figure out if they are chasing someone. This can set you up for easy third parties and potential KP, or even let you know that you need to take a new route because someone may already be there. Sometimes you don't want to follow people because you don't want to get into unnecessary fights. It may lead to you getting third partied and then you die because of it. Plus you have your tactical to scan buildings and popular rat spots. That helps you not get jumped in the middle of a rotation and make sure that your team is a lot safer when running around the map. Bloodhound's tactical is also amazing for fights as you can scan enemy teams and know exactly where they are planning on attacking from. This allows you to set your team up in better spots and makes it so you can win fights a lot more often. You get literal free wall hacks that can't be banned. It's fantastic. And then the cherry on top is their ultimate. This gives a massive speed boost to Bloodhound, making them the second fastest character in the game. You also have a free digital threat countering Caustic and Bangalore right there, and your tactical is on a much shorter cooldown so you can just be spamming out scans. This allows you to scan, attack, reposition very quickly, scan, attack, reposition, and repeat, constantly making the enemy team guess where you're going to be popping out from next and barely giving them any time to breathe. If you don't give them time to breathe, they can't heal up and it makes them very easy kills going forward. And Bloodhound is a secondary fragger, so their role is to be second into the fight. You want to slow play a tiny bit, wait for your entry fragger to take the heat and then scan so that they know where the enemy team is and if they need to get out. This allows you and the support to approach uncontested and then come in for some very easy cleanup kills on enemies that had no idea that you were approaching. Bloodhound is one of the characters that I personally main, so if you want to check out how I use them, come swing by one of my streams over on Twitch TV/8 Second Gaming. Now, we've covered entry fragger and secondary fragger, but what about the support role? Well, typically supports do suffer a bit when solo queuing because they require a strong team. So I don't highly recommend playing this role, but if you have your heart set on it, the best option would be Gibraltar. Gibraltar is an insanely strong character, and especially for ranked because his entire kit is designed around winning games. With his gun shield, you can win a lot more trades with free HP that it gives, and if you're the type who loves sniping, he's perfect for that. He allows people to snipe and get damage out without taking that much in return. When doing that, you can level up Evo armors and then pass them around to the team. If you say are able to get your entire team from blue to purple, you're setting everyone up for an easier time in fights as the game goes on. I don't think I really need to explain why more health is better in fights. And on top of that, you have one of the strongest abilities in the game with his dome. This gives teams mobile cover anywhere that they are, giving you some breathing room or even a chance to revive someone with the speed res that Gibby gets while inside the dome. The bubble is a huge ability for fights though, so if you're playing Gibby, make sure to always use this sparingly and only when you absolutely have to. You don't want to be caught out without this because you just decided to randomly throw it down when you didn't have to. And then you have his ultimate, and this is one of the most oppressive ults in the game. This makes an entire circle unplayable and forces teams to either wait it out or tank the damage, making them free kills. And yes, I have seen teams decide to just sit in the circle and tank the damage because they thought it was the best thing to do. Gibby ults have won entire games. They are unbelievably good. And like I said, Gibraltar is a support, so you're always going to be in the back of your team and the last one in fights. You should be there to lift your team up, not be the one in the light. A support player is there to make sure that their team looks good because of the stability that you offer them. And that's why supports are very reliant on their team, because when you set someone up for kills, they have to be able to secure them. If they don't, you basically just lost a huge chunk of your usefulness. So do be warned when playing support as a solo queuer because that can happen often. And now what about the one that I said was too broken not to mention? Well, for this we're going to be talking about Valkyrie. Val came into the game a little lackluster. No one really knew how to play her and she just kind of fell silent. But recently teams have been giving her a lot more playtime and she is insanely overpowered for what she offers to a team. Her passive allows you to spot enemy teams when using her ult or jump towers so you can know if you're landing on someone or not. This is very helpful for later in the game and making sure certain areas are clear. Sometimes you don't really want to land on a team and start an unnecessary fight. Her tactical is also a great tool for locking enemies down who are split from their team. This gives your squad a chance to kill them before they can move, turning the fight into a 3v2 and making them a lot easier to win. Valkyrie can also use these rockets to blow off doors and poke squads to be annoying and maybe to just see where teams are playing, just in case. And the ultimate is what makes Valkyrie shine. You have a mobile redeploy balloon, allowing you and your entire team to reposition at will. This opens up so many playstyles. Valkyrie can quickly rotate to circle and get an endgame spot before anyone else, or you can extend fights outside of ring if you want to play edge because you can just fly in after the fight's over. This gives you a ton more options. Her jetpack is also amazing in fights because it gives you so much freedom. You can quickly take new angles or reposition a high ground when needed. Valkyrie is such a great solo queue option as she doesn't really need her team at all. She can easily be on her own and still control the flow of fights, or if things don't go well, she can just ult out to safety. If you're looking for a huge OP pick, then maybe check Valkyrie out. But I just want this said, there is never going to be an easy button for solo queuing in Apex. There are always going to be obstacles that you need to work around. But with using the right legend for you and your playstyle, you are removing one of those obstacles right off the bat so that you have less of them to deal with in game and you can start to work on other ones with your team. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you did and you want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified when we post. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.